Welcome to Tee to Green, brought to you by Cleary Building Corp., American Family Insurance, Bruner Realty, Callaway Golf, the First Tee of South Central Wisconsin, and Middleton Ford.
Look at the ping bags. Hey, get a shave. On Wisconsin. Why don't you get a new grip? Why don't you take up tennis? Wow, that was an out-of-body experience. Holy smokes.
Want more Tee to Green TV? Find us on Facebook, Twitter, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for episodes, bloopers, pro tips, and more. You know, I've been called a stiff a lot in my illustrious career, and that's living proof of the fact that I am a stiff. But I'm live and in person now, as you are, and you are still?
Derek Snarf.
Oh, okay.
Don't kid yourself. You're still
I
a stiff.
have no idea who I am other than I'm just stiff stout, okay? We'll let it go at that. But we've got another great show lined up for you. We're going to talk to the man who authored Best Price, Joel at Nevada Bob's, and he's really doing some remarkable things there. And then another remarkable individual, Sean Toulon. I think he even said it during the interview. You know, it's hard to change stripes on a tiger, and he's a tiger, but he changed stripes.
He did, man.
He went from the dark side now to the other side of the globe. I mean, he went from Trillerade to Callaway, okay? It's like unbelievable. And in the middle, he had his own little gig going between Toulon Design.
Yeah, and I had to jump ship because he jumped ship. So, you know, probably the most sought-after club designer in the industry right now. Callaway got him, and you're watching what's happening. The man brings a lot of energy, a lot of creativity to that team, and big things ahead, let me tell you.
A lot of energy on this show, so we certainly want you to stay tuned to Tee to Green TV.
In the beginning, life was simple. A cave and a warm fire was all man needed. Then things evolved. Cleary Building Corp came along, and the man cave was born.
Your man cave no longer has to be that unused corner in the basement. At Cleary, we believe you deserve a place you can call home. From a toy box to a golf resort, and everything in between. Start building today at clearybuilding.com.
Cleary built with pride before the shamrock supplied.
When I wake up in the morning, love, and the sunlight hurts my eyes, then I look at you. It's all right with me. Just one look at you, and I know it's gonna be a lovely day, lovely day.
PGA Junior League Golf is a fun and innovative program designed to introduce kids to golf.
So much fun. It was really fun.
It's really fun.
Boys and girls aged 13 and under of all skill levels wear numbered jerseys and play as a team in a fun, social, and inclusive environment.
Accomplishing something as part of a team is more fun than doing it on your own.
To learn more about PGA Junior League Golf, go to pgajlg.com.
I was one of the first to play Chrome Soft. It's long, extremely soft, and unbelievably easy to control. I could tell right away it was a different kind of ball. But some golfers have not even tried Chrome Soft. Let me ask you something. If you're not willing to change, how can you expect to get better? Chrome Soft, it's the ball that changed the ball.
The best golf show and the best price. It's all here at Nevada Bob's. And speaking of Nevada Bob's, we have owner Joel Zucker and his marketing person, jack of all trades, Kristen Lawless. First off, Joel, what has been the challenge 28 plus years? There have been a lot of guys that have been Johnny's come lately, but you've withstood the test of time.
It's all about relationships. It's about customers coming in, and I sell to them 28 years ago, and then now their son
You're coloring your hair,
and
aren't you?
their grandkids, and it's generations. If you treat them right the first time they come in here, they keep coming back, and that's all I've done. Simple, simple, simple.
There you go, and always at the best price. Right?
Always at the best price.
From your original location to this new state-of-the-art location, but since then, since you made that transformation, Kristen, you've come here. What have you done to add a little spice to what is here for all the golf customers that shop at Nevada Bob's?
Well, I guess when I came in here, I thought about layout, what makes sense, cleaning up the place because there was a lot of boys running the shop, so it just came in. Main goal is trying to make it easy for people to find things in our store.
More shoppable.
More shoppable.
To look that word up. How important is it for you guys to stay a step and a half ahead in terms of technology? Because in the golf world, it's always you got to stay ahead of the customers by leaps and bounds, don't you?
Yeah, it's all about the product's got to work though. If it doesn't work, it's not going to sell. So when the manufacturers can keep coming out with better stuff every year, we'll keep selling it. You know, it's great.
For you, Kristen, you know, is it important for you to really be on the cutting edge? I mean, the vendors come here, they sell you. You have to believe in the product that they're selling you, but ultimately you have to pass it along to the consumer, don't you?
That's where experience would come into play. I've worked retail for about 7-8 years now, so getting to know the Midwest buyer, which is much different than anywhere else in the country, truly. So getting to know styles, fits, what works for us, and not what works for the masses. So
that's what it's all about. It's about when a customer comes in, you want to treat them like you'd like to be treated, and don't be pushy. Just give them as much knowledge as they want. Give them their options. We got used, we got new, you got all these options, and then let them make the decision. And then with our 30-day trial guarantee on everything people buy, it's a no-lose proposition for them. So
I couldn't let this go on without, when they come here, they know that they're always going to get
the best price.
Said it right from the horse's mouth, okay? Joel, Kristen, thank you very much. Tee to Green TV will continue in just a moment.
Are you tired of the wrong builder leaving a bad taste in your mouth? Cleary only uses the best products, so your building is made to last. Best-in-class engineering and one-on-one customer service. That is what makes a Cleary building exceptional. Cleary Building Corp. Over 100,000 buildings and counting since 1978.
PGA Junior League Golf is a fun and innovative program designed to introduce kids to golf.
So much fun. It was really fun.
It's really fun.
Boys and girls aged 13 and under of all skill levels wear numbered jerseys and play as a team in a fun, social, and inclusive environment.
Accomplishing something as part of a team is more fun than doing it on your own.
To learn more about PGA Junior League Golf, go to PGAJLG.com.
People are always asking me how I find the time to work at getting a body that looks this good. How about another round? And then they have the gall to ask me, where do I find the time to perfect my golf game? Whoa! What? How I became such a great multifaceted athlete. Wow! Jeez, that's it. I'm done. My secret is simple: condo living. Condo living allows me to be the very best van I can possibly be. Oh, man, this is the life. Call the experts at Bruner Realty and simplify the way that you live.
Before I joined the First Tee, the only sport I ever did was surfing channels. I used to get C's and D's. Now I'm planning for a BA in history.
I've learned a lot at the First Tee. I even learned how to play golf.
Put a golf club in a young person's hands and watch them grow. At the First Tee, we instill values like confidence, judgment, respect, and integrity. Values they learn from golf, but take with them for the rest of their lives. Find out how you can get involved today.
My name is Derek Snarf, founder of the Balance and Believe Foundation. Years ago, I started this foundation to help promote junior golf while raising money for the community. Throughout the summer, you'll see lots of different golf tournaments at our golf courses here in Madison. Thankfully, our golf professionals donate those golf courses, so as the kids play, they're raising money for the community. If you'd like to help these children raise some money and make a difference in the community, please go to our website and make a donation.
Here's your Tee to Green Pro Tip.
Once again, it is time from Tip from a Pro, brought to you by the Wisconsin PGA. You know, a lot of people play golf and they never really think about the makeup of their golf bag. And you get 14 clubs, and which ones are you going to select? Well, I'm here to tell you that 70% of the shots you're going to hit for the rest of your life are going to be inside of 100 yards, so your wedges become extremely important. So what I'm holding here is some wedges from Callaway, and we got 3 different ones right here, 52, 56, and 60. Now, as you notice, 52, 56, 60, 4-degree gaps between each one of these wedges. So there are people that might go 50 to 60 or 52 to 58. I'm a firm believer that if we can get 4-degree gaps between all of your scoring clubs, it's going to make it a lot easier for you to get the ball closer to the flag. Now, there's something else to consider. If you can see on here, we have a 52-11, a 56-10, and a 69. Now, what does that mean? Well, the top number is the loft, and the number below is the bounce. So what does bounce really mean, especially if your ball's in the middle of the fairway? Well, so often people have a club that is selected specifically because of the yardage in which they are trying to achieve with that shot. But I'm here to tell you, in Wisconsin, sometimes in the middle of June, the ground is really hard. Sometimes in April and maybe in the fall, it's really soft. It's important to pick a wedge based on the bounce or your environment so that it either bounces off a soft ground or has a little bit of a sharper leading edge with not so much bounce when the ground is harder. So, for instance, if you can see here, 56-10. This is going to be a bounce that's kind of in between. My suggestion for a sand wedge, which would be a 54 or 56 degree wedge, would be somewhere between 10 and 14 degrees. What does that mean? It means that in this neck of the woods, the ground is generally soft, and when it hits the ground, when it has more bounce, it's going to bounce out of there so you can't take deep divots. Now, if you look at the 60 degree, that's got 9 degrees of bounce. So that's not going to have as much bounce, and when it gets onto a harder surface, if I had too much bounce, the club would bounce up, and I'd belly the ball, or I'd skull it, or I'd hit it thin. If I go to a 9-degree bounce, that means there's not as much bounce, and it's a lot easier for this club to kind of pick the ball off of the ground. So when you are going over to Nevada Bob's or your local golf shop and you're coming up with your own wedge system, the lofts are important. 50, 54, 58, 52, 56, 60, or really whatever yardages you're trying to achieve with the loft, but make sure that you have some different bounces so that in all the different environments, hard ground, soft ground, you have a club that's going to help you succeed in getting that ball onto the green. So go to your local golf shop, ask the pro there which wedges are best for you, and that is a tip from a pro brought to you by the Wisconsin PGA.
Welcome back to Tee to Green, back with a familiar face, one of our budding rising stars here on Tee to Green TV, Zach Goggart. I want to talk to you about where you are in your own personal challenges to get out on the PGA Tour. I mean, have things gone for you the way that you thought you would? And you know, you're a couple of biscuits shy of 25 years young, so you're still on the upward tick, if you will.
Yeah. I don't think you can ever really plan for how things are going to go in this business. If you're able to get in a tournament this week, you go play as well as you can and just see where that takes you.
You're working with Christina Schnarr, fitness and wellness guru. How much has that helped to really hone you in onto maybe where you need to be?
I think it's huge these days. You notice all these guys out on tour, they're all athletes now. It's not the golfer that we saw 20 years ago. And at this level, it's those details that really matter. Having that energy on a long, hot day, coming up the 18th hole, have just as much energy on the 18th as you did on the first.
When you think about, when you set up your goals and you look into that imaginary crystal ball, I mean, where do you want to be at season's end? And by that, I'm saying maybe on the cusp of the fall here in Madison.
I think if we look through the summer into the fall, the main goal would be for the 2018 calendar year to have web.com status. I'll be doing Monday qualifiers throughout the summer for those events. So I would definitely say 2018 will be hopefully looking on the web.com tour.
Do you feel that, okay, hey, there's a place out here for me? And that's huge, isn't it?
It is. That's the biggest hurdle is when you come out of college, you don't really know if you're going to belong or not. And I don't think people realize how good college golf is these days. And obviously playing professional events, you see these are guys who want to do it for a living. They're committing 40, 50 hours a week to doing this. It's a full-time job. But certainly once I turned pro, it wasn't as big of a jump as I thought it was going to be. And I think really after this first year, I've realized I do have what it takes. And like you said, that's the biggest mental hurdle to get over.
You've been through a certain amount of the challenges and what have you, but someone that might be younger than you could just be enrolling into college or in their sophomore, junior year. What would you tell them in terms of tutelage and advice to say, okay, here are the do's, here are the don'ts?
To anybody entering college, playing college golf, continue to work on your game. Try to get stronger. Hitting the ball straight is very important, but it's also important to hit it far these days. These golf courses you're playing are 7,000 plus yards. And then the biggest thing is your short game. Always work on your short game. Can never be good enough. You can never make enough putts.
You know, we try to impart as much knowledge in this show as we possibly can. The tips that you're involved with Derek, what's the one thing you're trying to impart to that viewer?
These tips are something that everybody can take something to the next day and get better. You can just take a little detail, kind of reset the mind, try something new. And we're just trying to give a variety of tips to everybody, something that everybody can go home and use.
Continue, good luck.
Thank
if you ever
man.
need a caddy,
Appreciate
don't
it.
call me, okay? All right. Tee to Green TV will continue in just a moment.
Locally owned and a family dealership, that's Middleton Ford. For over 7 decades, Middleton Ford has been there for thousands of customers that have now become a part of their family. It starts with outstanding service and customer satisfaction. New or used, fleet vehicles, hybrids, or the popular F-150 truck at Middleton Ford, they'll treat you right. From the moment you step onto their lot and into their showroom, you can start and end your search for the right vehicle at Middleton Ford. MiddletonFord.com. Remember, if you don't see the Middleton Ford logo, you paid too much.
Next on West 1, we have...
Looking for a game? Now you can join Sherry Steinhauer, Jerry Kelly, Andy North, and Steve Stricker and become part of the Champions Club of the First Tee of South Central Wisconsin. Go to thefirstteescw.org or ask about us at your favorite golf club. Join Sherry, Jerry, Andy, and Strick in the Champions Club.
I'm Sherry Steinhauer. Join me and support the First Tee of South Central Wisconsin.
You're up.
It seems like every financial company talks about investing your way to wealth. But what about protecting what you're building right now? At Northwestern Mutual, we know the importance of doing both. We combine personalized investment solutions that help grow your wealth with world-class insurance that protects what matters most to you. This whole picture approach is just one of the reasons 96% of our clients stay with us year after year. At Northwestern Mutual, we help you live life differently.
The Payroll Company, your source for the best-in-class HCM technology, HR outsourcing, and retirement plan administration. Tee to Green is brought to you by Cleary Building Corp.
Welcome back to Tee to Green, a historic moment in Tee to Green TV. Our first ever handheld microphone, and I'm hernia prone, and this is very heavy for an old geezer like me, but I'm joined by Sean Toulon, Senior Vice President of Product Development for Callaway. You've worn a lot of different stripes. Most notably, not too long ago, you were with Callaway. Then you leave Callaway to start your own company, Toulon Design. TaylorMade. Hello, you know, it's old.
I know.
I'm worried about the lightning and the thunder, okay? But bottom line, tell me about the genesis from one to the other to the other.
Well, I spent a long time at TaylorMade, all in, like 21 years. That's a long time. Way back when.
He had hair to
yeah, I know. And, you're right. That's when I first met you. I was a TaylorMade sales rep way back when. So 20 years there, some of it as a salesman. Wonderful time, really working here in Wisconsin. Moved to California, and then for 16 years I ran all the product there as the company grew from like $270 million to like $1.7 billion. So that was, I know, it's almost hard even for me to being part of it, going like, how the heck did that happen? That was pretty cool. I retired, had a nice career. And I shot like 82 6 days in a row. I said, well, retirement is not that much fun. So my kids talked me into starting a little putter company, 2 of my boys. I have 3. And we did that. And I just got a call one day. We were shipping putters for about 6 months, and it was from some good friends at Chip Brewer and Harry Arnett at Callaway. And they asked me if I was interested in coming over, and they acquired our company. And now I run the putter business and all the other product stuff at Callaway. It's amazing.
You had a great foundation And I would imagine that was enabling to you to leap forward into the area of, you know, research and development.
Yeah, because I'm not an engineer, right? I'm just a golf crazed. I was sort of I guess golf's version of a gym rat, right? I just loved equipment, and I loved the game, and I loved being around golfers, even like you, even bad golfers like you. So I just loved the vibe, the whole thing. And I'm also a study of sort of art and design, and I was able to just kind of bring together a kind of a love of design and a love for the game of golf, and create some pretty cool products.
What is the special thing about you have different cities' names for the putters that you've created?
I always have lived by a really simple phrase that people buy with emotion and justify with logic. So I like to try to name things instead of alphanumerically, something that would conjure up some sort of a thought or a feeling or a ambiance or a nuance of some sort that would be kind of emotional to people. So for me, Madison was the first putter. You know, this is where I learned how to play the game. I mean, right here at Blackhawk or at Odana or Nakoma, you know, with a bunch of you yahoos teaching me. I still turned out okay. So there's just more to kind of latch on to emotionally that way, and it's more fun.
You always look forward. What are you looking forward to next?
You know, that's the thing that really has always driven me. You know, people will say, my gosh, I think I have my name on over 80 patents, and they say, you must have this incredible collection of clubs. I have whatever's in my bag now, because there's always something next. You can always do better, and when you're developing a product, as you're doing it, you're thinking, oh, we could do that, or we could do that, or we could do that. So there's always a runway to go. So I would say this with drivers, there's definitely more distance to be found. Some of that is going to, I know, there is, but I mean, if you think about us, I don't really hit the ball any farther than I ever did, but I hit it, I haven't lost anything, and I'm sure you haven't either. But there are things now, especially with what we can do with a golf ball, to better match the equipment. So golf ball, there's lots of runway left. And definitely metalwoods, irons, putters. So what we're going to be playing with 5 years from now is probably going to look quite a bit different than what we have now.
It's a pleasure catching up with you, okay?
Always great to see you, Van.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Tee to Green TV will continue in just a moment.
We don't have a lot of grocery stores here in our neighborhood, and we want our neighbors to have access to good things at affordable prices.
The only thing easy in our community is fast food.
Wow.
Well, hello.
We're here to offer some help.
Welcome.
Retirement, huh?
I mean, look at the size of this thing. Who doesn't need a sweet potato that size?
They took the time to care what our project was about.
There you go.
And that was something that I'll truly treasure.
Locally owned and a family dealership, that's Middleton Ford. For over 7 decades, Middleton Ford has been there for thousands of customers that have now become a part of their family. It starts with outstanding service and customer satisfaction. New or used, fleet vehicles, hybrids, or the popular F-150 truck at Middleton Ford, they'll treat you right. From the moment you step onto their lot and into their showroom, you can start and end your search for the right vehicle at Middleton Ford. MiddletonFord.com. Remember, if you don't see the Middleton Ford logo, you've paid too much.
Nevada Bob's, your game, your store. #1 in service, selection, and always at the best price.
You can talk about technology and go on about your innovation. You can tell golfers you're the longest and claim to be the best. Or you can build something that's truly epic. Introducing Jailbreak. It's redefined how the head and face react at impact. It's transformative speed, and it's only in Epic. From Callaway.
Tee to Green is brought to you by Cleary Building Corp. Here's your weekly Tee to Green fitness tip.
Welcome back to Tee to Green. I'm Christina Schnarr with the Balance and Believe Golf Academy. I'm here today with Zach Goggart, our pro golfer. Today, Zach is going to go over a couple different variations of the crunch and a full sit-up. Zach's going to start with the crunch, working on the core. As he comes up, form is really important to make sure that you're working the correct muscles and recruiting the correct muscles. avoiding that dreaded neck strain and neck pain that people get when they actually think crunches are giving them a neck ache. We're recruiting the wrong muscles usually. So as he comes up, he's gonna really engage and lift from right behind that belly button. His shoulders are back, his elbows are wide, and he has this space between his chin and chest. As you can see, he's doing an excellent job keeping that core really tight, squeezing those ribs to the hips. Now to add more of a challenge, which you could do a combination set or do 10 to 15 reps of each of these particular exercises, we're gonna segue into a full sit-up. So Zach is gonna come all the way up, straightening his back entirely, tucking that tailbone and slowly rolling back. Notice his chin is away from his chest still, keeping that form intact. Really recruiting those abdominal muscles. Really good. Let's do one more, Zach. He's got that chin up. He comes all the way up, starting with that lower part of that spine and coming all the way back down. Excellent job. Now he's gonna add dumbbells. You can add any weight that you prefer. He's got these elbows straight out to the sides. He's gonna push these weights up over his head as he comes up, really digging into those core muscles. Same thing as he comes down slowly and back down. Pushing those weights straight up. He's got a strong core. He's got that chin elevated the entire time. Really working against that resistance on the way back down. Excellent job. Looks really good. So with that particular exercise, like I said, you can do individual 10 to 15 reps of each exercise or do any variation that you choose, working on, 2 to 3 sets for that. Zach, a particular exercise like that, with or without weights, how do you feel that's played a role in your golf game?
I think, like we've talked about a lot, it's just the total core workout. You get some lower back workout, you get the abs workout, you get the obliques, and really focusing on what you were saying, controlling on the way back down, and really controlling those muscles. We always talk in golf about using the right muscles at the right time and being able to control what you want to control, whether it's the big muscles or the small muscles. And these workouts have really helped me be able to center in and focus in on what muscles I want engaged and what muscles I want to be using.
Excellent. Thanks for tuning in this week to the Tip of the Week. We'll see you guys next week.
They say it's hard to improve upon perfection. I'm not saying that this show was perfection, but it was pretty ding dong dang close, wasn't it? I mean, we disseminated a lot of information today.
Well, and anytime you can get Sean, I mean, give me a break. I mean, the guy's one of the best in the business. Everybody wants him. He lands on his feet at Callaway, and now they are taking off, baby.
But now, looking through my visionary glasses, we're going to talk to 2 legends in the golfing community, and maybe even a third, a player to be named later. But we're going to talk to Papa Schnarr, Mike Schnarr, legendary pro at Blackhawk, and then the godfather of golf, as I like to refer to him, Dennis Tiziani, and we're going to just talk about the game of golf locally.
From last year to this year, I think there's a lot more positive things that they're going to be able to touch on. The industry's kind of headed in the right direction after some down years, and these guys know what's going on, so be excited to hear what they have to say.
It gives everybody a chance to look forward to our next episode on Tee to Green TV. Want more Tee to Green TV? Find us on Facebook, Twitter, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for episodes, bloopers, pro tips, and more.
Tee to Green supports the Balance and Believe Foundation. To learn more or donate, visit bandbfoundation.org. Tee to Green is brought to you by Cleary Building Corp., Nevada Pops, Northwestern Mutual, the Payroll Company, University Ridge Golf Course, and the Wisconsin State Golf Association and the Wisconsin PGA.